Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. The mother hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading all knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Live with Liteskin Lou. Today, we got very special guests in the building. But before we get started, I want to thank one of the DMV's finest entrepreneurs, Muddy District, for stopping by and showing that love last week. But today, we're going to change things up. I want to turn the show over to my co-host, the lovely Kiki.
Okay, hey y'all. It's Kiki, your girl Kiki, and it's fight week. So let's talk about it, y'all, with special guest panelists. We have Coach Malachi Williams of True Media Today USA Boxing Podcast. Then we have Deric Scooter Davis, professional boxer and member of the DC Destroyers Team Combat League. Then we have Bink Hartley Jr. of Bink Boxing and the host of Slip Encounter Podcast. And last but not least, we have your boy Liteskin Lou, the host of Live with Liteskin Lou.
Crazy. Man.
So yeah. So y'all, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna start off with our home team, young fighters, Jaleel Major Hackett out of DC from TMT team, and Lorenzo Truck Simpson out of Baltimore. So let's just say a few words about them. So we have Jaleel Hackett. He's coming off of a TKO. His last fight was actually on the tank card as well. He's 5-0 with 4 knockouts, 19 years old, and he's going to be fighting Jason Phillips. And then we have Lorenzo Truck Simpson out of Baltimore, and he is 12-0 with 7 knockouts. He's fighting Pacino Hill. So just let me get y'all thoughts on those two fighters out of the DMV area. What's your thoughts on them and their predictions? We'll go to you, Bink, first.
Yeah, I like Jaleel a lot. We've had him on the show and got to talk to him. He's one of the most focused young men, mentally, physically, that we've had on the show. I like him a lot. Watching him work, I'm just looking for him to keep stepping up his opponents and keep showing what other tools he has in his toolbox to keep looking great. Lorenzo Truck, haven't got a chance to really talk to him too much, but I've seen Truck work in the gym, and he definitely got the goods. I've seen Truck sparring heavyweights. I've seen him, putting in all kind of work in the gym. So I look forward to Truck doing his thing too this weekend.
Okay, Scooter.
Jaleel's my boy. So I done grew up with him. We done sparred and fought so many times. I know he's ready. He's gonna do his thing. Just happy for him to be able to show his talents on this pay-per-view stage in Vegas. He just blessed. I hope that he just, take advantage of his opportunity and do his thing. I already know he will, but again, just want to give him good luck. Truck, that's my boy too. Always looked up to him as a big brother. Going to this national tournament, he giving me game, talking. He's amazing too. He just got phenomenal talent. He's always focused, in the gym. He's a workaholic. He's gonna do his thing. I'm looking for both of them to get knockouts and go about their career for sure.
Coach, you have any thoughts on those two guys?
Oh yes, well, I'm glad that I think Truck Simpson is on that card too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's on that card. I'm actually sharing the link. That's what I was doing right now. Truck Simpson and Jaleel Hackett. One of my biggest criticisms was I was like, man, you know what, man? I don't know why Floyd and Leonard and them didn't put this kid on Tank Davis's undercard. Because when I looked at the Mayweather Promotions roster, I see some of the young fighters that they have on there, but I'm like, man, they should have been building them up. Like you have a Tank, but make another Tank. You get what I'm saying? And if they're coming out of the DMV area, you know that's kind of like a boxing town, so to speak. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you had the Petersons come out of there and stuff like that, and all the other fighters that come out of there. Everybody know that anybody come out of that area pretty much can throw hands, put it down. So, you know, I always felt like they dropped the ball on that. So I am very happy to see that those brothers on this card. I really am. On the Tank Davis undercard of a fight of this magnitude, I wish they was a little bit higher. You know what I mean? But you know, they're gonna get there. So I am happy about that.
I totally agree. Okay, Lou.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm very enthused, man, for all the reasons that you guys said it. First of all, I want to say Jaleel Hackett. I had the liberty of interviewing him twice. Very young, up-and-coming fighter, tough, man. Goes to the body, jab. He's just a well-rounded fighter.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be, he's one of those fighters where he's going to help catapult the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
He can box. He got the IQ. He has the size, the speed, everything that you would want in your fighter. Lorenzo Simpson, same thing, man. Out of Baltimore, like Coach said, I'm so glad that he's on a card with Tank Davis, who's from Baltimore, who, if I'm not mistaken, Calvin, them, they're in his corner. So this is a big moment for him. I love to see DMV fighters get that next level chance. So hopefully they're able to capitalize on it. Like I said, I'm glad that they're going to be on this card, a big magnitude card of this magnitude.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next up, let's talk about Floyd Kid Austin Schofield versus Jesus Valentin Leon. So we have the champion. We have champion Kid Austin from Texas. He's 13-0, and he's going up against Jesus Valentin Leon, who's 23-1-2. So with this one, what's your predictions? Because this is a huge step up for Kid Austin. So what's your thoughts on this? Let's go with you, Coach, first.
That's a good question. You know, I was in San Antonio, and I was there at his training camp. He's training at the Davies facility, and I asked him, I said, "Who is it that you're fighting?" And he told me he's fighting this guy by the name of He's from Mexico. I forgot his name. You just said his name. Jesus Leon. And so I noticed, I think his record, he was 21-0 or 22-0. No, 22-1.
23-1.
Yeah.
23-1 with 2 draws.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had like 19 knockouts, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, you know, if you know anything about Kid Austin's dad, his dad is very, very.
He's been on your show a couple of times.
You know, all in the videos. Don't want to ask the son the question. So, you know, I'm like, you know, and that's my main man, Pop. Pop is highly confident. Pop want to fight King Kong right now. My son to beat such and such. He thinks very, very highly of Tank. They speak very high of Tank and Shakur. Those are the two because they sparred him. He's like, yeah, man, Tank boy. Woo, he's I'm gonna pray, you know, they're gonna pray for Ryan. But anyways, I don't know what to expect. I hope this fight that he works his jab. You know, and I did tell him, man, just work your jab. You know, work your jab. You know what I mean? You know, I did get some backlash on my criticism of him, you know, on the show. But you know, I criticize everybody.
For that. You live for that.
Yeah. But you know, I criticize. We you know how it is. When you do the fight parts, you got to call it the way you see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, just don't be lunging in. You know, using your speed and your power. Work behind the jab. You're gonna walk in the shot. So I'm hoping from what I saw in sparring and stuff like that, that he take that to heed and he worked behind the jab. Because I don't know what this other guy has. He got 19 knockouts, but I don't know who he knocked out. And you know who you fight matters. So I don't know who he knocked out, but
nobody that I realized that when I looked at it, nobody that I know, Coach. I'm gonna keep it running with. Hey, look, I was looking on the list. I was like, Donald, the truck driver, Keith, the middleman. I couldn't find nobody.
Well, what's your thoughts, Bink?
Floyd Austin, man. I've only seen him fight a couple times, but I love his athleticism. Explosive, young, hungry. I could definitely see him being one of the next up here in the future. His opponent, I don't know much about his opponent, but he's coming out of Mexico. I know a lot of these fighters coming out of Mexico with these inflated records. A lot of it is just fluff. So you never really know until they get in the ring. And I think this is really a good test for his opponent to see where he stands with the kid, because I know he got the goods. Little green, but you can see promise in his career. He's hungry. He got his father's in his corner. Outspoken, but in his corner. I see him doing the Instagram call outs and calling out a lot of the top guys in the division. But that's what the game is about. It's entertainment. So I'm looking forward to that fight.
For sure.
What about you, Scooter?
Floyd, I done been around with him in the amateurs. We were supposed to fight a couple times. He always been a solid fighter. Always been in shape. Always you look strong. I want to see him be able to, take this step up, because this is what it is. It's a step up. I want to see him be able to prosper. I'm all for the young fighters like myself just to get on and be able to show their talent. So I'm pulling for him. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know much about his opponent, but again, you can't argue with 19 knockouts. So you got, like I said, you can't be lunging in and taking chances that doesn't make sense. Work behind the jab and do his thing, man. That's all. Just do his thing, and he should be victorious.
Okay, Lou.
I'm glad you came to me, because I mean, honestly, hey, Coach. Hey, look, let me tell you this. I ain't gotta tell you this. You already know. Don't feel bad about your predictions, man. About how the breakdown of the fight and how they did. It is what it is. I shared pretty much the same way you shared. I'm impressed with his athleticism. He's very skilled, very focused. The body, he invests to the body early, from what I saw. He fought, his last fight was against a game veteran, Mercado. You know what I'm saying? And he was showing Floyd angles that he's going to see when he reached the upper echelon of competition. And I think Floyd kind of got frustrated to some degree, and he tried to bulldoze this guy. What he didn't realize was that you can't overpower a guy who's been down that road and who has that the skills. Mercado, now, he's not a fighter of Floyd magnitude, but he is in a position where he's seen a lot. So his style kind of threw Floyd off just a little bit. He ended up getting him at the end. But I was impressed that he went 10 rounds. I think that was his first 10 rounder, Coach. And I think I was impressed with that morning. But it's some stuff he needs to work up on. But if I had to predict the fight, I would say late round stoppage. Okay. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Late round stoppage.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody else, y'all think it's gonna go the distance, or what you think?
I can see stoppage. Sure.
Pop Schofield said that we gonna knock this dude out in about the first and second round.
Okay.
I said, have you seen any film on him? No, I don't need to see no film. We gonna knock him out the first.
And also, hey, Coach, let me ask you this. He does have Ronnie Shields in his corner, right?
Yeah, Ronnie Shields is there.
Okay.
Now he's working. Now he's working with Marcos. He's working with Marcos now. And Marcos have him doing the things. His dad is still there. Still right there watching everything.
Okay.
But you have Marcos there, and I have to tell you about that off the air, man.
Yeah, Coach, we're gonna chop it up about that, champ.
Okay, y'all. If you just getting in here, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so now we're about to start getting into the nitty gritty, y'all. So we're gonna start off now by talking about Gabriel Rosado versus Bektemir. I think his last name is Malachi.
I can't even start.
I stopped trying. I just say, look, I call him B-E-K. That's what I call it. I don't like messing up nobody's name. So whatever name you put out there, we're going to go with it.
So they're going to face off in a 10-round rematch of their 2021 fight where Rosado won by knockout. So my question to you all, I'm going to get your predictions, but do you think that Rosado will get the same decision that he got the last time they fought, considering that Rosado has lost his last 3 fights and Bektemir has been winning ever since he lost the fight to Rosado? So what's your predictions And you know, what do you think's gonna happen? Who do you think's gonna win?
Who you want to go first?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Scooter.
Gabe is a solid fighter. Like I said, like you said, them 3 losses can take a toll. 3 straight losses definitely could take a toll. And his opponent, he's hungry. Like you said, he won his rematch. He's on a winning streak right now. So I don't know if Gabe might be able to get the knockout again. But again, like I said, it's boxing. When you got them little gloves on, anything can happen. But I think it'd definitely be a nice rumble to start out the night because they're gonna go at it. Because it's always a grudge match is always something that everybody want to see. So.
Yeah. I would like to see Gabe win. I'm a little worried, considering his last 3 fights.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I can't remember which one, but out of the 3, I will say I felt like he did win one where he didn't get the decision, but I forgot who it was with. But he's
Danny
not.
Jacobs.
He hasn't been doing too good.
She faking, y'all. She ever since she took a picture with him at the hotel. Coach. She be like, when she take a picture with him, she be like, oh, he can't lose. Man, I can't wait for my go. I'm gonna wait my turn. I'm gonna speak later.
Oh, he is like, I've always liked Gabe back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I did take a picture with him at the tank fight in LA, but that's not why. I've always liked Gabe.
She terrible.
Look at Lou. She's
terrible, man.
Go ahead, Bink. What's your thoughts?
Oh man, this is a great fight, and I like Gabe. Gabe's a tough guy. I said on my show, I think he's an ambassador for the sport when it comes to fighting anybody they put in front of you. Gabe has been through some wars.
Yep.
He's fought everybody, man, and he may not have always came out with the W, but he's been in those kind of fights that are memorable. And I think the last fight with I can't pronounce this opponent's name.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the opponent had a lot of success. He was winning the fight pretty convincingly, and he got caught with a shot he shouldn't have got caught with that put him out.
Yeah.
So
I think Ali something.
Well, no, the guy that he's rematching.
Oh, okay.
The guy he's fighting on Tank
Tamir.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna try to pronounce it. But I feel like he leaped in and got caught with a shot he should have never got caught with, and that put him out. So I don't expect him to get into this fight, the rematch, and make the same careless mistakes. I'm not saying Gabe hit him with a lucky shot. It was a well-played shot, but I don't look forward to his opponent making that same mistake. I think this will be a tougher fight. Gabe's going to come with a lot more than what he came with the first time around.
Yeah.
What about you, Coach?
I'm not gonna lie, Kiki. I like Gabe. He doesn't really get knocked out, but he's a gatekeeper at this point. What do you got, like 13, 14 losses somewhere?
Yeah, he haven't been looking too good lately.
Yeah, he just right now. I think he's just a gatekeeper. He's just there where they know he's going to put up a good effort. Mm-hmm. He has a lot of experience. He's fought a lot of tough guys. So Gabe don't duck no smoke now.
No, he don't.
And I tell you what, whoever he's fighting, if they don't come correct, he might catch him. You know what I mean? So, but at this point, I'm not expecting Gabe to win. To be honest.
Hey, Coach, gonna keep it 100, man.
Gabe is like Deric Chisora at this point.
Oh, poor Gabe.
Damn it, man. Keeping it a buck, though.
Okay, Louis, it's on you.
Man, he a gatekeeper. Gabe is a gatekeeper, man. I can't sugarcoat that. I know you took a picture with the guy in the lobby at the hotel. I'm looking past all that. Look, he a gatekeeper, like Coach said. But I love what Bink said. The last time the young guy was winning the fight, you gotta realize this guy was 24 years old on that last fight, and he was a young up-and-coming fighter. He made a mistake that young up-and-coming fighters do, and he got caught. Well, he was winning the fight. If you look at the fight, he was able to do what he wanted to do pretty much when he wanted to do it. However, he got caught in the game of boxing, in the sport of boxing. You get caught, it's lights out. That's what it is. And I think he's going to learn from that fight, learn from that mistake, and he's going to put the gatekeeper to sleep. That's my prediction. That's what I'm going with. And you can build me whatever you want to say, cry about it. I don't care. You took a picture with him. Build me.
I didn't even say nothing about this picture. You said. So do y'all think if he loses this fight, do you think he's gonna hang it up, or you think he's gonna keep playing? He's gonna keep going.
Yeah, knowing Gabe, he'll probably keep fighting.
Depending on how the money looking.
Right.
If he
It
getting,
depends on how he go out. If he go
And
out
that
on his
too,
back,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's
right.
different.
that's true.
It's different when the referee is standing in front of you and he's waving this versus him picking you off and the doctor is looking at you and you got your back and your head racing the ceiling. That's a difference. That's a big difference.
That's a big difference for sure.
Yeah, that you know what, Lou, that is true because and that's what I'm saying. Like Gabe is tough. Like he's gonna make sure he probably don't get knocked out. He has enough ring savvy, and the phone keep ringing. He keep getting fights, so apparently he doing something right enough to keep getting the phone call. So you know what I mean?
He doing something right.
Two card. I mean, he got to be doing something.
And I think he was just supposed to fight before this fight, but something happened. I think the guy pulled out on him or something. So that's probably I forgot who it was.
Zerto Ramirez.
Okay, yeah. So what happened with that? You said, Bink?
He missed weight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He came in like it was 12 pounds over, 14 pounds over.
Yeah, it was 14 pounds over.
Yeah, he was in the lobby with Kiki too long, man.
That's not who made.
He didn't even try to make weight.
I don't think it was Rosado though. Lou. It was the other guy.
It was Zerto. Yeah, Zerto.
Yeah, he didn't make weight. Not Rosado. Rosado was ready.
Look, she defending him, Lou.
I ain't even got to make this up,
Look,
man.
Jamal said, "Stop hating, Lou." That's right.
Man, special shout to my man Jamal Hill. Wheels of Steel in the building.
You said in the yellow pages.
They said the only person that fight more than Gabe is Canelo.
Back.
Okay, so now y'all, we're gonna get into the co-main event. So you have undefeated WBA super middleweight champion David Morrell Jr. Versus Olympic bronze medalist and slick boxing Yamaguchi the Problem Falco.
Man, these names, man, killing me, man.
Who was the matchmaker for this?
We gotta go back to middle school coach and get the pronunciation, man. These names is killing me.
I'm over here writing the names down.
So you got Morrell, who's 8-0, 7 knockouts, versus Yamaguchi, who's 24-1-1 with 10 knockouts. So give me y'all predictions on the fight, and then do you think the fact that Yamaguchi is the more experienced fighter with more fights and knockouts means that he will get the win over Morrell? Is he the tougher fighter? Go ahead, Bink.
I like David. I kind of went out on a limb when David was 4-5-0, and I said I think David would get Canelo before Canelo had lost to Bivol, and Canelo had the hype, the pound for pound best fighter in the world. I said it's something about David's style. I think he'd be the one to get Canelo. It's almost like the Lomachenko effect, where his record is he doesn't have a 20-0 record. He's 8-0 right now. Lomachenko came in with that pedigree where he was able to get these huge fights at 2, 3, 4-0. I just like David. I think he's a tough fighter. He's a tough outing for anybody at 168. I don't know much about his opponent, but I just expect David to be David Morrell. I think he's a tough guy, and I've always been high on him.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Lou?
I like David Morrell. I do. I like him. The guy that he's fighting, 2012 bronze medalist. As you guys know, you don't pass out medals in Olympics. That just don't happen. So he has something with him. But I just feel like David Morrell is the stronger fighter. Size, speed, punching power. He's still a little green though. Scooter, Bink, coach. He's still a little green. The fight with Henderson was able to land shots consistently. And anybody know boxing, if somebody's able to do something to you consistently, that's not good. Especially when you move up a competition. But I don't think that this guy, Yamaguchi, has what it takes to expose what it is I'm talking about. I just feel like Morrell, he gets hits with a lot of stupid shots, unnecessary shots. When he fought the guy Adis was able to land. I mean, he ended up getting a victory, don't get me wrong, but it was things that Henderson and Adis was able to do consistently that Morrell wasn't able to adjust to in a just time fighting at that next level.
Right.
What's your thoughts, Coach?
Is that the guy? Morrell put the guy in the coma the last fight he had.
Yeah, yep.
That guy's out of the hospital, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I saw that, I was like, man. I'm gonna answer your question, Kiki. But
Oh,
the
no
guy,
problem. Keep going. Say what
the,
you feel.
the guy, I was like, they should have stopped that fight in like the 6th round.
6th round.
Yeah.
It went on too long. Like, bro, like at the 6th round, he was getting killed. I'm like, listen, the night in this night, this guy's killing him. Like, what's the point? And his corner was like, he was trying to, bro, like that was the worst corner officiating. Doctor, y'all should have stopped it. It never should have got to that point. Never.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
Yeah,
You know what I
sometimes
mean?
feel like they be having these fights going longer than they should.
You know, but I'm not gonna lie, Kiki. I know I know David Morrell. I don't know who the guy. What did he say? His name is on Yamaguchi. Yeah, I never. Yeah, I know. I thought that was a new clothing line. To be honest, I heard Gucci. I said, okay, Gucci came out with a new clothing line. Go to the mall. You know what I mean? Pop me a little something. I know what I thought. Yeah, I ain't never heard of
Dead. Oh man.
Hey.
I looked at his resume, man. He fought Kevin the Mailman, Jason the Plumber, and and don't get me wrong, 2012 bronze medalist. I get that. You can't make that up. That's something that he's earned. But I don't think that he should be he's not ready for a guy like David Morrell. But like you said, these young up-and-coming fighters, because Morrell only had 8 fights.
Yeah.
And he's a champion. And that's something that we probably going to talk about a little later on. This is a guy, a warm-up fight, basically, to keep him sharp, to keep his skill going, build up his rep so he can get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Scooter?
I like David Morrell. He's strong. He's fast. But just what Lou said, he does get hit with little stupid shots, unnecessary shots. And I think Yamaguchi, with his experience from the amateurs and being a bronze medalist, he's going to try to take advantage of them little pity pat punches. Y'all might not know a lot about him, but I do know that with the amateur system, that's what they're throwing. They're throwing little straight punches down the middle. It might not hurt, but it's just touching. And I think they want to, like you said, this fight is to keep him sharp, to make sure he's on his toes, to get him to the next level. And I think they want to correct that for him. So they're giving him a opponent like this to be able to, basically touch at his weakness to see if he can, learn from it and get away from it. But I definitely do think he's going to win probably by now.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay, y'all, we ready for the main event, the big banger. You got 5-time 3-division world champion Gervonta Tank Davis and hard-hitting sensation King Ryan Garcia facing off in this highly, highly anticipated matchup, y'all. And they both undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my notes right here.
Let me get y'all started. What is the predictions? Will it go the distance or will it be stopped? Go ahead, Coach. You go first.
I had it on mute. Sorry about that. Kiki, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, you know what, man, Ryan Garcia don't stand a snowball chance here. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I never seen nothing like this. I went to LA. Okay. I didn't find a Mexican nor a Chicano that was betting on Ryan Garcia. I went to San Antonio. I didn't find. I was in a gym full of let's see, it was some Mexicanos in there, some Chicanos in there, a guy from Argentina who Kid Austin was sparring. All of them said Tank Davis. They said, yeah, man, Tank Tank just, he's just gonna be too much for him, the power, this and that, footwork, quickness, all of them said the same thing. They spoke about Ryan Garcia defensive lapses, the chin in the air. He's fast and quick, though. He's very fast and quick. He makes mistakes, but the thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of looked at it, right? I say, man, but he throw that hook so fast. Like, it's one thing that no one is talking about with Ryan Garcia, and I think they kind of sleeping on him with it, is his timing.
Yeah,
the kid got good timing now.
He do.
It looked like he just be, if you saw it in slow motion, oh, look how he throw the hook, the chin in the air. I'm saying, yeah, that's in slow motion. Saw it in fast time. You saw it in fast time, and then he got that right hand too. That dude fast, man. He fast. So if he can time Tank coming in, he got a shot.
He do.
personally, I think the mental pressure that Tank is going to bring to the table when Tank start coming forward, I just think that Tank has the better footwork, ring IQ, and he's training hard. He's taking this fight very, very seriously. I did say that I don't think Ryan has a snowball chance in hell, but to be honest with you, I interviewed Joe Goosen. I think Ryan Garcia gonna be ready. We're gonna see the best version of him.
I like that.
I know. Listen. You gonna see the best version of him. That boy coming. I mean, that kid coming to fight, man. He coming to fight, and this ain't gonna be no cakewalk for Tank. I know they celebrating in Baltimore right now. They throwing a parade right now. I know they throwing a parade right now. But man, don't be surprised if this fight be tougher than a lot of us expected. I'm me saying that I'm picking Tank to probably maybe stop him in like the 9th round. If it go 12 rounds, I got Ryan Garcia winning. If it go to distance, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
What about you, Bink? Predictions? Will it go to distance?
I've been saving it for y'all show because I've been asked this question so much. My prediction, my official prediction. Kind of what Coach was saying. At first, I was giving Ryan no chance in hell to beat Tank. I've been watching film on both of these guys for the past couple weeks, but I like what he talked about Ryan's timing. His speed is gifted. Like he can afford to make those mistakes defensively because his timing, he's catching guys. And the proof is in the pudding. Like we can argue all we want. Ryan's been doing. He's been putting these guys out, consistently. So I'm gonna give him more respect than I've been giving him, and say he makes this fight tougher for Tank than a lot of people are expecting. But like we all know, Gervonta Tank Davis. We didn't all seen him. We didn't all seen him in the gyms. We didn't seen him. Showtime. He's been on this stage before. He's way more mental than a lot of people give him credit for. Yes. They hear the Baltimore slow draw and the pronunciation of the words, and people think he's stupid. But Tank is so much smarter than what people are giving him credit for. And I think that's another part in this fight that's gonna kind of expose Ryan. I think Ryan mentally isn't where Tank is. We saw that this week when they made that bet on the Instagram Live. As soon as he made that bet with Tank, the bet his whole purse. His whole demeanor changed, his mental changed, his face changed, everything changed. Just imagine being in front of all those people in Vegas, sold out arena, and you got Tank across the ring from you doing his dance, doing his dance. He chirping. Like the mental game is going to play a big role in this fight. Besides the physical, I got Tank by stoppage, 8-10. But I would not be surprised if Ryan catch Tank with some big shit and put Tank in a bad situation, and he has to fight through that to overcome and win this fight.
Okay, what Scooter?
Yeah, I know who I'm going with. Man, first off, I'm gonna go get Ryan out the way. Ryan is he's better than what a lot of people give him credit for, I would say. Like you said, he's fast, he's tall, he's rangy. A lot of people now understanding that he actually does fight his height. A lot of tall fighters do not, use his range, and he's one of those fighters that actually does use his range. He punches from a distance. He's not really going to get in too close with him. He has a nice, everybody keeps talking about his left hook, but he has a nice, lightning fast right hand, but it's the setup. It's a decoy. But again, like you said, he's fighting the southpaw, which is Tank. That right hand is like a jab. So that right hand can play key into this fight for sure. Now of course he does have his flaws. Punches with his chin in the air. He when his hands don't exchange back to his face. He doesn't really show too much lateral movement. But like you said, it's all it takes is one shot. So he definitely dangerous for Tank, because nobody speed and power is something that you just can't practice on. It's just God given. But he'll definitely gonna be a tough task. But I believe that Tank is it's just a different level. You know what I mean? Like he's just on a different level. It's like this what this fight gonna show. It's levels to this pretty much. Like his IQ, his ring generalship, the moment he's fighting in Vegas, his pay-per-view. That moment, like Bink said, the moment is gonna get to Ryan a little bit. Y'all gonna see Ryan do some little stuff, and he might get ballsy a little bit and stand there in front of Tank just because the crowd played into a piece. You know what I'm saying? He might. You never know. And Tank is gonna be Tank. Tank already. He done been in too many fights, too many wars, too many arenas throughout his life that it's not gonna phase him. And I believe Tank. The hook for Tank is gonna be right. It's gonna be the left hand to the stomach and the hook to the head. That's gonna touch him. I got Tank with it probably about a ninth round, about ninth, 10th round knockout or stoppage for sure.
Okay, all right, Lou.
Man, oh man, this fight I've been waiting on, man. Honestly, this fight I feel like it's going to be magnified, man. It's gonna be great. I'm going with Tank in a ninth round. I'm going with you, Scooter. 8th or 9th round KO. And I don't know if you guys ever remember a fight where the fight was a KO in the 8th or 9th round, but it was a nip and tuck fight. It's just the stronger fighter prevail. And I think this is going to be one of those fights. As I looked at Ryan Garcia, I'll give him credit. He can fight. But as I started looking at the fight with Campbell and what's the guy named? Fortuna, yeah. He was catching a lot of shots, Cole. He was moving straight back. He didn't take his head off the line. All of these deficiencies is what Tank capitalized on. If you look at Tank, last couple opponents, that's just how he was able to capitalize. Guys who punch and move but don't take their head off the line. Ryan Garcia consistently did that. I looked at his last 4 fights. And even though he's been with Goose and he's probably going to clean some stuff up because that's what Goosen does. He helps you with your deficiencies. But I just don't think it's going to be enough for Tank, man. They don't give Tank Davis enough credit for his boxing IQ. This dude can box, man. He has great lateral movement, power, speed. He ain't just up there punching. He's up there with calculated, he putting together setups. Classic example, Rolly. People say, oh, if Rolly was winning the fight, don't y'all know he was setting him up the whole fight?
And
Coach, when it was time for night, look, guess what? I'm right here. Okay, I'm about to move. Boom. Ran right into the shot. If you look at that fight, Tank missed that target probably 2 times.
Yep.
Yeah, he caught him on the shoulder 1 time, and I was like, damn, like if he catch him with that joint, Coach, I was like, he gonna have a toe tag on in the morning. I was like, he gonna catch them. Give Tank credit, man. I think his IQ, his lateral movement, and his ability to punch coming out of defense, that's going to play Q because fighters like that, I think that's what gives Ryan Garcia problems. Now, Ryan got power. He does. But I don't think he can put it together like Tank. I just don't think that he could put it in. They probably got the same punching power, but the way Tank put his combinations together, man, it's unbelievable. So I'm going with Tank Davis in an 8th or 9th round KO. No disrespect to Ryan, but guess what? Your corner better be bringing you a pillow so you can sleep all the way home, champ, because you going to sleep. That's my prediction, and that's what I'm rocking with.
Indeed.
Okay, y'all. If y'all just getting in here, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so I know a lot of y'all saw this week, I think it was this week, on live, where they talked about the purse bet. So do y'all think that's true? What are y'all thoughts on that? Do you think that's gonna happen? Where whoever wins gets the other's purse, or do y'all think that was cap?
Man,
Coach, anybody, y'all go first.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead, brother. Stop with that.
Man, Ryan is a fighter where like he got to talk himself up. You know what I'm saying? He got to talk himself to believe what he's saying. Yeah, some fighters just know. I was saying that to somebody else this week. That Tank is a fighter that he know what he is. He know what he's gonna be. He just knows. Ryan doesn't really know, but he's gonna talk himself into believing. But it's kind of hard to talk yourself into somebody when you're looking across the ring for somebody that know that he's gonna get you. So right now he does all that stuff just to make it sound good. But for real, he is not betting his purse. Like, come on now. Like, he's not betting. He's gonna walk away with this fight with nothing. and he got knocked out. You're gonna lose, you're gonna get knocked out, and no money.
And no bread.
Y'all got really hit it how that sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking that too, but
Yeah,
you know,
some stuff he just be talking sometimes. A lot of the interviews he just talks. He gonna talk. But I mean, it's good for promotion. But I mean, when you really got to stand on what you said, no, he's not gonna stand on that. He's fighting Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mhm.
The odds of him losing is really high.
yeah.
So you're gonna you're gonna lose. You're gonna say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get nothing. I possibly gonna get knocked out. I'm gonna walk away with $0, and I'm gonna lose my O. Yeah, okay. That just don't sound right.
Mhm.
What you think, Coach?
Yeah, I think it was promotion. I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard it, I mean, there's no way any fighter, whether it's Tank or Ryan, is gonna bet the entire purse. It's a fight game. Anything can happen. Ryan Garcia is not a scrub, and we seen countless cases in fights where, you know, a fighter, he don't stand a snowball chance in hell in winning, and that guy somehow miraculously wins, whatever the case may be. I've interviewed Buddy McGirt. I've interviewed everybody. Everybody's saying the same thing. Tank gonna stop him. Tank gonna stop him. And they gave me pretty much the same reasons why. And but ain't nobody betting their entire purse, whether it was Tank or Ryan. But not only that, what really I really knew it was Cap Kiki. I said I had to look this jitterbug up. Who Tank was on there with this dude from Twitch? What's his name? I say, man, they got the most popular guy on Twitch. He's 21 years old, named Casanat, and they on here making this bet, promoting the fight because it's obviously that they're marketing the fight towards the social media boxing fans. So they was putting on for the gram. That's all it was. I mean, you know, I said, oh, you know, that's all it was. I mean,
it's smart though. It's smart, Coach, because I was on your show earlier, and I don't know if you remember the guy called in and said his younger son,
13 years old.
Yeah, 13 years old, who never asked about boxing before, but he asked his father, if I'm not mistaken, Dad, are you going to get the fight this week? You know what I'm saying? So that's big. So it's smart, honestly.
Yeah,
it's actually smart.
Real smart, and I like it. I'm like, man, even I'm excited about it now. You know, some people are like, yeah, man, it ain't for nothing. But I'm like, man, I'm just excited. You know, us being content creators, I want to see the fight. You know what I mean? I want to see it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be big for Ryan, big for Tank. If Tank wins, it's gonna be okay. He was supposed to win. He fighting because they already know the minister guy that said he ain't really got no skills.
Yeah.
Floyd say the man, a YouTuber, this and that. So Tank really ain't gonna get no credit for it because y'all done tore the man down already and said he was garbage and ain't got no skills. Tank even said that. But Ryan has I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the game right quick. Boy, what if Ryan have his Ali moment against Foreman? What if I'm just saying, dog? All
it takes is one punch.
Yeah, all it takes
Boxing,
is one.
though,
You
man.
You can't
It's really possible.
away from it. It's definitely a chance.
I'm still picking Tank, but I'm just saying, I'm like, God damn, what it do, boy? Because he's hearing. I mean, hey, school to you box.
Yeah.
So you're hearing this dude a monster. He's a killer. He's 28 years old. You're 24 years old. He has the footwork. He has the speed. He has the experience. He's a dog. He comes from the mean streets of B-more. You don't stand a snowball chance in hell. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna beat that man. Like you tripping. I'm not. Y'all not about to tell me. Hey, that's not how it be. But it'll fuel me. So that's why I said it's gonna be a tough fight because Ryan is taking all that in. Like as much as you know, everybody count him out. Ain't nobody you as a man, you gonna feel some type of way that everybody counting you out. You gonna take that. You gonna be. It's something gonna come out. That's why I know he gonna bring the best that he got because he's not in front of the whole world. No. He's gonna try to beat Tank, but I just don't believe that his best is gonna be better than Tank's best. That's all. That's that at the end of the day.
Good way of looking at it, Scooter. That's a good way of looking at it.
Tank just different, man. Especially with me, I got a different respect for being in a ring with him, getting rounds with him over and over and over. Like Tank, one of them guys like that. If he don't want you to hit him, you're not gonna hit him. Like a lot of people always the a casual boxing fan sees things and they might say, oh yeah, he get hit too much. Or he take punches. He's only doing that because he letting y'all. He getting relaxed. He trying to see something. When Tank don't want to get hit, he going to use his head move. He going to use his lateral movement. He going to use his feints. He going to use the swivel game. He's going to do all these type of things. And I've seen it in the ring and outside the ring. He just does it. And I believe that when Ryan sees all the aspects of Tank's game, it's gonna fluster him because he hasn't been in the ring with nobody the caliber on this level on the pro game.
That's true.
That's facts.
So
That's true.
A little
That's
bit.
true. For me, I just want to say one more thing, Kiki. For me, you know what's going to be the key? It's something that Butter McGirt told me. He said when he fought Pernell Whitaker, he fought him twice.
Mm-hmm.
The first fight was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
He said at the press conference, he told Pernell, I'm not really preparing for you. I'm preparing for Georgie Bink, your trainer. The game plan he's going to come with.
Mm-hmm.
The only shot that Ryan Garcia may have, now I do know that Joe Goosen can't get in the ring and fight for him. That is true. And Tank and Scooter, you hit the nail right on the head. Ryan Garcia best may not be good enough to win against Tank. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
But Joe Goosen is the key for me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Ryan. If he can get in this kid's head and get him to execute whatever game plan they have, that's his best shot, in my opinion.
Yep. For sure.
Do you have any thoughts on the purse?
On the purse bid?
What we were talking
Coach made a good point. I didn't even think about that. You know, grabbing the social media people to buy the pay-per-view and come to the fight. That's a great point. But at the same time, like, damn, like Ryan's reaction when he made that bet is like, he ain't Denzel Washington. He ain't pulling that kind of emotion out on the screen. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the fellas can probably remember like your first dance, like the middle school dance. And y'all over there standing in the corner and you ain't never danced before. And your boys is like, yo, go talk to that girl and try to get her to dance with you. And you know you about to get shot down, right? But you go over there, right? And you want to dance? And she said, yeah, what you say? Huh?
Yeah.
You stuck.
You want to dance with me?
You stuck on stupid.
You get stuck on
you
stupid.
can tell the whole demeanor. Yeah.
Everything changes. Like, oh shit, now this is real. He had like that realization, like, oh shit, I done bit off more than I could chew. Not that it's gonna happen. I don't think legally that'll ever happen. I don't think Al Heyman and them will let that happen. But I do think it might have been some, real like shit behind that. Tank talking his shit. Ryan has too much pride to back down on camera, so of course he gonna put his up. Thousands of people watching. So, I feel like it might have been something real behind that.
Okay, let me ask y'all. So, do y'all think Ryan's inactivity at times will hurt him in this fight? Yeah. Do y'all think he should have took a tune-up fight or anything? What's your thoughts, Coach?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's where he messed up at. I was listening to an interview with Oscar De La Hoya. He was on Pro Box, and he said, man, they asked him, because there was this rumor out that that Tank team did not want him, told him he wasn't allowed to take a tune-up fight, but that was for 2022. If the fight was supposed to happen in like somewhere last year, I don't know how true that is or whatever, but Ryan Garcia did have an opportunity to fight in January, and he chose not to. Had nothing to do with Tank Davis' team or nothing like that. And Oscar said that was a mistake on Ryan's behalf. He should have took that tune-up because when you're when you're a worker and let's say you're what am I looking for? The guy who worked a steel worker or something of that sort. You want to keep sharpening your tools, and every time and the way you sharpen your skills is by fighting. You can do so much sparring, but what I loved about some of the old school guys, they fought regularly versus now some of these guys, they don't fight like that. Tank fights twice a year, and that's good. And he may get 3 fights in this year, but Ryan should have fought a tune-up. Tank fought one, he should have fought one. You get what I'm saying? That's going to be a big factor as well. He may not be as sharp as he should be. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's going to be. I think that's a big mistake, to be honest.
Okay. And Lou?
Yeah, I concur with Coach said. I think it's going to be a mistake. Don't get me wrong. The boxing world has been missing the best fighting the best, and I think if you can listen to any podcast, that was one of the things that was mostly being shared. The best need to fight the best. We tired of them fighting cab drivers, guys who you're going to knock out in the second round. How about us getting a fight that's 50-50, 48-52, a fight that's in question for at least 8 or 9 rounds. And now that we're getting that, I take my hat off to Ryan. But let me tell you, hey, y'all, I would have wanted to warm up because I'd have been looking at Tank his last couple of fights. I'd have been like, nah, I need a warm up. Like, I'm taking elite to fight this guy. And I respect Ryan for that because the best fighting the best, this might be the beginning. This might be the fight that helps propel boxing to the next level. But let me tell you, Kiki, I would have wanted a warm-up fight. So I think it is going to hurt him. To answer your question, I think it's going to hurt him because he was out for a minute. He's fought consistently the last 2 times, but you don't play boxing. You either in it or you not. And Tank has been fighting. It might not be the competition which we wanted him to fight, but he's been fighting. And Ryan hasn't. He took leave for, I guess, for some mental issues or whatever. I would have wanted to see him fight a woman fight. Maybe he was supposed to fight what was it? Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, I think it was Cruz.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him get that fight in before he fight Tank. But that's here nor there. He got a fight coming up this Saturday. I really feel like him not having a warm up is going to affect him.
That's he fought like what 9 months ago?
Yeah, I
like
think it's July.
Okay.
July. June or July. Yep.
Yeah, he in trouble.
Buddha, what you think?
Being a boxer, you know that ring rust is real for sure. Ring rust is definitely real. So when you're in the ring, you need to be in that moment. You can do all the sparring and all that you want, but it's nothing like that moment that when you really, really in a fight. So that 9-month or 10-month layoff that he had compared to Tank's, 3-month layoff is going to definitely play a factor for sure because Tank's going to be more in tune to what's going on, more focused. He said even in the All Access, not in the All Access, he did a podcast, I think, on All the Smoke, that Tank took about a week off and then got right back in the gym from his last fight with Hector Garcia. So it's like he's still in tune. He's still just sharpening up his tools. Right now, he ready to go back. So I definitely think that was going to play a factor in Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to be as sharp as Tank is because Tank is just he's just getting out the ring for sure. But again, like I said, it didn't matter if he got a tune up or not. His best is just not going to be better than Tank's best to me. That's just how I feel.
What about
I honestly think that the fight, Isaac Cruz, and I think would have gave him problems, honestly. Because that's a bad fight for him. When I'm thinking about it stylistically, like that's somebody that's gonna be right there for you, and he's gonna come and he can punch. And I don't know if Ryan was gonna be able to take that. I would want to see that, honestly. So
that's the pit bull, right? Pit bull.
Yeah.
That's what somebody just said in the comments that they think Cruz would have possibly won that fight.
When Lou just said that, it made me be like, yeah, like that might have been. I probably would have took that fight before saying I wanted to go with Tank.
It's levels of this shit, man.
Yeah, it's levels, and you know that Pitbull Cruz just fought Tank and took him 12 rounds. It was a great fight, so it's like, okay, yeah, I would have took that fight to actually start to see where I'm at, but. I don't know. Ryan is like, he wanted to secure this fight, which he said, and I get it, but I mean, you can't be scary with it. Like he said, his reason for wanting to take that fight was he didn't want no injury or none of that. But man, if you believe in yourself and you do what you do, and he's a God-fearing man, like he say, like it's all gonna prevail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's definitely supposed to go take that tune-up fight, get get that jitters off, and that probably would have promoted the fight even more.
Yeah.
It's all different ways you can look at it, but I mean, regardless, like I said, 9th, 10th round knockout. I'm not really.
What you think, Bink?
Man, I feel like if Isaac Cruz was supposed to be the warm-up fight for Ryan Garcia, I wouldn't take that fight as a warm-up fight.
Yeah.
I would Isaac Cruz because there's a big change. You don't come out of that ring on your own 2 feet with Isaac Cruz. I think Isaac Cruz is a sleeper at 135. I think he gives a lot of those guys, if not all of those guys, problems. I went back and watched that fight with Tank, and Tank was dropping bombs on Isaac Cruz, and you rarely ever. I don't think I even saw Isaac Cruz waver, buckle, take a step back during the whole fight. He was in Tank's chest the whole fight. Tank broke his hand off that boy's head.
Yeah,
he's a different fighter. And Ryan not having that kind of mental fortitude, and we haven't seen Ryan in that kind of fight yet with a fight like that. I think that would have been the wrong fight for him to take a warm up. Now, if he was like, say Tank was a unified champion at 35, and he fights Isaac Cruz, to propel himself to be ready for a title shot, I could see that. But this fight ain't for no belts. This is just a big fight, a 50-50 fight. I wouldn't warm up against Isaac Cruz. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I do agree though. It was a mistake to not have a warm up fight. Period. Got his stuff in the ring.
Kiki, you know what? It's amazing you brought that Eastside Cruz fight up with Tank. I watched that fight, and I remember when the fight was over with, and they asked, I think Jim Gray said, "Would you give him a rematch?" And Tank said, "Hell no." And I looked at that, and I watched that fight. I saw it twice. Tank caught that dude with some of the same uppercuts that he hit Leo Santa Cruz with, and Pitbull head did not move. How you hit a dude? And I looked at Pitbull's neck. This dude has this dude neck is. Did you see his neck?
Yes.
This dude neck is massive. He had veins popping out his neck. I said when Tank caught that dude with his kill shot, and that dude head didn't move, Tank was like, oh hell no. You know what I mean?
Hey, Coach,
that was my first Tank fight. I was actually at that fight. That's the fight I went to. And it was powerful, and them hits and you could tell as soon as Tank hurt his hand and everything.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, remember at the end of Rocky 1, when the guy asked him, he said, "You gonna give him a rematch?" Paulo Creed was like, "Hell no." He was like, "Nah, I don't want no more of that."
And you know what? And to beat Pitbull, to beat Cruz, you gotta have some footwork.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just like Bink said, Ryan Garcia, he don't have no footwork like that. So stylistically, that might have been a problem for him. Now Esau don't throw no jabs. Yeah, he throwing all haymakers. He throwing the bolo punch, the overhand right. He throwing the wide hook. He putting everything into it, and he has deceptive footwork. Cause I was like, man, Tank gonna knock this dude out in 3 rounds. This dude ain't no. Cause if you look at his fights prior to Tank, he wasn't fighting. Who he was fighting, Lou? The man wasn't fighting nobody. No, I wasn't impressed with no. I say, man, Leonard Edelman fought the Chihuahua from Mexico. Here I got that dude out here, man. Tank gonna run through this dude. I lost money because I bet Tank gonna knock him out in three rounds. I was shocked he went 12 rounds.
I remember.
I say, man, but Pitbull, you better have some footwork for him.
Yeah. Coach, did you still have to go now?
Oh yeah. I gotta get ready for the kids.
Oh, okay, so I just want to make sure. So did you have any last words before you get out of here, and then let us know your social media handles and where people can find you and about your podcast before you jump out?
Oh yes. You guys can find me at True Media, which is TRU. Just type in True Media Boxing. I'll come up. I go live every day at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. It pretty much. Well, sometimes I take Saturday and Sunday off, but every day you'll find me. I'm on Twitter. They got a lot of gangsters on Twitter. They send gun emojis and everything on Twitter. hey, Scooter,
the gang members out the
Scooter, let me tell you something, bro. This social media stuff is crazy.
It's crazy. You gotta stay out the way on that thing.
No, I watched your show one time, Coach, when somebody called in and was actually literally threatening you because of Earl Spence. I think it was Earl Spence or somebody else. They literally called in your show and threatened to kill you.
Yeah, he called. He called back. He called back 2 weeks later. He said I put the FBI on him, which I didn't. But I said, look, if I had to put the FBI, I would have told you. I said, I'm a citizen. I'm not, I'm not no street guy, and I don't uphold to that code. I'm not in the streets. You know what I mean? So I advise, But I said, I'm used to dealing with these guys. But then he called back a week later after the show called and threatened me some more. A lot of people didn't even know that.
I was on that show, Coach.
I heard that show when he kept calling in. He was like threatening to kill you if you went to the Crawford fight or something.
Yeah. He said he put the magnet to my head. But then he called back 2 weeks later. Yeah, 2 weeks later, and he said that he's a 22-year-old black male, and it is what it is. You know how these kids. But this is the problem. All right, I came up in the street. You're right. So, I'm 49 now, so I'm not used to, when you're a person who not used to social media and you get involved in it, you don't understand that social media is different from real life.
Man,
and it's things that people would say to you behind an avatar that you like, man, if I ever saw this person, they'll never do that. You know what I mean? So what I learned now after that call, what I learned now is, all right, man, this just how it is on social media. You know what I mean? Scooter, they see you, they ain't gonna really do nothing. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't know what they look like though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because I remember you was
yeah.
traveling at the time, man. You was going.
Yeah.
I think you went down to Florida. You
No,
went
I went
to
to
Nebraska.
I went to Omaha. They said, "Better not come
Okay.
to the Omaha fight." So
Yeah.
I went to Omaha. Then I left LA, went to San Antonio. I went to New Mexico. I wish I can go to Vegas, but I'm not able to go this time. But to see the Tank fight, I was so upset about that. But I will be at the Crawford fight. You know what I mean? That Crawford and Spence fight, I will be at that one. So, but yeah, that's just what it is, man. That's just that's just what it is. It ain't it ain't that.
But Coach, man, we appreciate you for stopping through, man. If you ever in DC, I'm gonna look up. We can go get a hog head cheese sandwich, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get some sticky icky and we gonna kick back, man, and kick it like OGs, man. Cause the same age, man.
Hey man, all right, man. But listen, man, Kiki, thank you so much. Lou, thank you so much for having me on. Bink, man, it was good meeting you guys. Scooter, hey man, anytime you want to come on the show, well, you're welcome. You know what I mean? Hey, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna let the phone calls let the callers call in. We're gonna talk some trash.
Make sure you tune in shock season. I'm coming for sure.
What's the social media, man? I get in contact with Lou to get on there.
I am Scooter Davis. I am Scooter Davis.
Okay.
And Coach, he's actually on the DC Destroyers team. He's on the Team Combat League as well, but he's on the DC Destroyers team.
Okay, yeah, because and is with San Antonio, I think.
Yeah,
I saw when you had him on the show the other day.
Yeah, and is with San Antonio. So, man, I think that's pretty good though, man. Listen, bro. Listen, Scooter boy. Listen, if you need a hype man, I'm your guy. You need a hype man. You need somebody to, boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy, I'll go from 0 to 60 real quick. And if you have any trouble getting any fights, the pull-up game strong. We pulling up. If they at church, whatever we got to do to get the fight, we gonna get the fight. We gonna be there. I'm just letting you know now. I'm putting my resume out there now. Listen, ain't nobody gonna I'll hype man me. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah,
that's right. Hey, Coach,
all right, man.
Good
Thanks
seeing
so
you,
much,
man.
Coach.
All right. Salute. Peace to everybody.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, Scooter, that guy got 20,000 subscribers, man, in 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So definitely, man. I think that'll be because Anthony been on the show. He's interviewed.
Yeah, Kid Austin is fine. He had Buddy McGirt. He has a lot of people on the show, and he's in Tampa, Florida.
Hey, looks like this shark gonna have to get in the ocean, go swim over there.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go. Make that happen,
Malachi Williams.
Make that happen for sure.
But I just have about 2 more questions.
Okay.
I really don't need to ask the question about who's the heavier puncher. Is Tank stronger than Ryan? Because I already know the answer to that. So I don't know.
You can't. I don't know.
Okay. So I'll ask y'all then. Who y'all think that heavier puncher is? Do y'all think Tank is stronger than Ryan? What's your thoughts, Bink?
I feel like it's a difference in power between the two.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Tank has more of a bone crushing through you power. Mm-hmm. Ryan's power is more snappy, whippy, like the crack of a whip kind of power.
Okay.
I think the devastation at the end of both punches is almost equal, but it's a different kind of power. Mm-hmm. That's the best way to describe it.
Okay. What you think, Scooter?
I get more in detail to what Bink mean. Tank has thumping power. Tank has that thump. When he hits you, it feel like a truck. It's boom. It's a boom to it. Mm-hmm. Ryan Garcia is that sharp power. It's because the velocity on the punch is just very sharp. It's a snappy type punch, so it's a sharp punch. But I can't really say who's the heavier puncher because I never felt Ryan's punch. And they say he can punch and speed kills. But I mean, from what I felt, I don't know. I ain't never felt nothing from what so I don't know. That was like I said before, that punch. It burned and sting. I ain't never felt like nothing burned and sting before. So yeah, that was something that was crazy. But I mean,
man,
I can't really exactly say because I haven't fought Ryan Garcia, but yeah, Tank got something in his gloves. I don't know what it
is. What you think, Lou?
Oh man, I was just about to say that. I don't know who it was. but you just answered my question. I was thinking, who was it that told me when Tank hit it, it burns? I think it was you.
Yeah,
You
it was
just
me.
said, yeah, you said, man,
Yeah.
I've never been hit where it burns.
Yeah.
I think both have really good power, but I think Tank punch placement and his timing is a little better than Ryan's. And I think because you got to think, remember when he hit Roldy? What did he say to Jim Gray? He said, I didn't even really put much into it, but it was the timing. He caught Roldy when he did not see it coming. And anybody who box, they know it's the shots that you don't see that put you on your ass. And I
when
think
he got up, he was in another world.
Yeah.
he was like, dude, the stinky leg. He was done. So I think they have equal power because I'm not gonna lie, Brian has power. If you look at the fights, I don't care if he was fighting, who he was fighting. It's the impact in which his punch landed and he knocked a dude out. But Tank has the edge because he has the foot movement and the punch placement. That is key. So if I had to say, I'm gonna give the advantage to Tank.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. So I just got two last questions, two general questions, and then we can start closing out. Do y'all think is there any diamonds in the rough that you see on this card coming out?
Diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, this fight card.
The two fighters from DC that I mean, I truly think I always said that Truck was a monster. It's just all about the platform, and I couldn't say it when Coach was on here, but it was the reason why he wasn't on them cards with Tank is because he's just not signed to Mayweather Promotions. So it's sometimes sometimes it's all about who's signed to certain places to get on certain cards and all that. So he had to do his own thing. But I mean,
which one are you talking about? Who you talking about?
Truck.
Oh, Truck. Okay,
Truck.
Yeah.
Mayweather Promotions.
Is he signed to Mayweather?
Who?
I'm not.
Truck is signed to Mayweather. I didn't know
No,
that.
he's not. No, he's
Oh,
not.
okay.
He's not.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I think he's independent.
Yeah. Only Jalil is signed to Mayweather.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the point for why Truck probably wasn't getting getting on the cards all the time. I mean, of course he has the pull of Tank and Calvin, but it's just different. Sometimes when it's promotional things, they got to get the fighters that they're signed to their promotion company on the bout. But I believe that, I mean, I always thought he was just gonna be a world champion. He was just one of the best decorated amateurs I ever seen in my life. So I'm just glad that he's on this platform. I look at him as a big brother that's going, that's doing this thing. And I'm glad that he's been able to be on the pay-per-view platform and do his thing. And like I said, Jalil is Jalil, man. I mean, that's my guy, man. He's gonna be dominant in his in our era. He's a big fighter. He's fast. He's strong. He has the IQ. He has the experience. He done been in there with everybody. I think the way they're gonna move him, he's gonna be definitely trouble for some of them fighters in his weight class, and he's gonna gain more fans. It's just more people that's gonna get to see him. The exposure is just the sky's the limit for Jalil, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. You know what I'm saying? We talk all the time. I always tell him, like, man, we talked about this since we was kids. And he was like, we was gonna be the next ones, and here we are today. So he jumped off the porch and he's doing it. So it's always love for me, for sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Bink? Is there any diamonds in the rough that you see on this card coming out?
Definitely what Scooter said. Definitely Jalil. We know he up next. They're moving him correctly. His career is blossoming right before our eyes. He's on the right path. Truck, same thing with Truck, man. He's another great fighter, young guy from the area that we know what he is and what he's proven to be. Just waiting for the world to see what we know. And then I like the kid from Jersey, Vito Mielnicki. And I know he took a loss. He took a loss, but he's another guy that's getting right back into the rhythm to where he was kind of people anticipated him to be. He's a tough guy. So I expect those three to really show out on the undercard.
Yeah, for sure. Forgot to say Vito. Yeah, shout out Vito. Me and Vito had Rose Cross jumping. We was like 11 years old, 12. I remember that. His dad, shout out his dad, Big Vito. They always love me. I think it's always the biggest respect once you fight a guy.
Yeah.
Once after we fought, it was like his father and him, they just always just gave me big love anytime I was at tournaments, they always ran to come up to see me and talk and chop it up. Even if it was 5 minutes, we just, say we was gonna chop it up. So shout out to him again. Dang, I feel like all the people in my era just they getting on, they doing their thing.
Yes, and that probably
Is
keep
he
you
the
motivated.
19 or 20-year-old on the card? Is he
Yep.
like 19 or 20 or something like that?
Yeah, he's 20.
Yeah,
He's
he's
20.
young.
20, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Okay.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's like it's my era is we coming. We're definitely coming. They the first ones to the door. We coming right behind them. So I'm just happy for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him for sure.
Yeah. What you think, Lou?
Man, oh man. Hey Kiki, that's a great question. I tell you, girl, you on your way to Fox 5 News. I tell you, you have some great questions, man. No, I real talk, like Tank, you gotta think Tank Davis card is the biggest expeditions you probably ever get as a fighter. I feel like Lorenzo Simpson is probably going to be that diamond in the rough. I think just his, him being under Calvin and Coach Ellis, I think this is probably going to be it's going to be his biggest fight yet. I think he's going to be the diamond in the rough. Your boy in the chat, Nashi Sugar She Smith in the building, man. He said Ryan has too many make mistakes.
Yeah,
But
I was going to say it, but I was waiting until we was done.
Yeah, I got to get my man Nashi.
But
real talk, man. These cards are always unpredictable. When you get the undercards, you'll always get that diamond in the rough. We're talking about them now, but sometime down the line, they're going to be a main event. And that's why I love what I do. Me and Kiki, we do our research, and we always look for that talent, just like in the diamond in the rough. So if I got to say something, I would say Lorenzo Simpson going to be that diamond in the rough.
I agree.
For sure.
Okay, so lastly, y'all, which fight are y'all looking forward to the most?
The main event. I think it's the main event for a reason. But I mean, yeah, the man, it's finally gonna it's gonna silence everything. It's gonna be no more Ryan Garcia talk or Tank, whatever happens, the talk is gonna cease from that standpoint. Then it's gonna be, from my point, I think it's gonna be Tank. I think once Tank does what he has to do, it's gonna be on to the Shakurs, the Lomas, the Devin Haney's, I think now he's knocking them down one by one, and this is the start. Saturday night is the start. He's gonna stop. He's gonna silence Ryan Garcia. And it's gonna be the next fighter and the next fight after that. So I'm definitely looking forward to the main event because that's the most exciting fight.
That's what about you, Bink? You feel the same?
Yeah, definitely the main event. And people say, Tank is going to be the face of boxing after this fight. Honestly, I feel like Tank almost been the face of boxing since he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz in viral fashion. That knockout was on every platform, non-boxing platform, around the world. And that knockout alone brought a lot of people to the sport of boxing. And then, with Canelo taking his fall, Lomachenko not being who he was, losing to Teofimo, that catapulted Tank to a different level where it was like, oh, this guy knocking people out like this. Let's go on YouTube and look up Gervonta Davis highlights. So to say Tank will be the face, I feel like Tank is the face of boxing right now.
I agree. He brings out everybody.
Everybody. And I'm looking forward to see what kind of records they break. Ticket sales, pay-per-view buys. I'm looking forward to see, because this may not be the biggest fight, for boxing that we could get as far as like Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Scooter versus Inoue that we need for the sport. But when you talk about a huge caliber fight where there's gonna be a moment in time when that bell rings for the opening bell, the world's gonna stop, Earth's gonna stop spinning, and eyes gonna be on that ring from all around the world. This is a showstopper. This is a showstopper, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to this event, the main event. Been talking about it for months now. And I'm just excited, man. I can't wait.
What about you, Lou?
Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. It's no secret. Look, we gonna put it all out in the open. This is honestly, I'm looking forward to this fight because I want to see when Tank and Ryan fight, would that propel all the other fighters to fight the best? because Bink, Scooter, Kiki, you've been following boxing as well as me too. The best need to fight the best. Will this fight be the fight where, so you know what? They could have fought anybody else, but they chose to fight each other in their prime, 28 years old and 24 years old. That's what it's about. You don't wait till you get 35 and 34 to fight. You know, you just think about, no disrespect to Mayweather, because, you know, I respect Mayweather as a fighter. They didn't get it on until they was in their like later 30s. You know what I'm saying? Just think back, Bink, when Hearns fought Hagler. They were in their late 20s. This happened early.
Right.
So I want to see if this fight with Tank and Ryan will just set the tone for up-and-coming fighters. Be like, you know what? I don't have to wait till I'm about to retire to fight you. Let's get it on now. Forget about the prime example. Look at Oscar De La Hoya's resume. He lost 6 fights, but guess what? Bink, Scooter, he fought everybody in his path. You can't deny that. I honestly, if I had to go out and be a fighter and pick a resume, I probably pick Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya. Shane fought Vernon Forrest twice. He fought Oscar. He fought Cotto. You know, he fought Pacquiao. He fought all these guys. So these resumes are what we should be judging the fighters on. I can't say you're the best if you're not fighting the best.
Right.
If you're fighting C+ fighters, no, I need you to fight A. So this fight right here, Kiki, this is why I'm looking forward to this fight, because I'm hoping and praying that this fight with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, other fighters will look at it and say, you know what? This shit need to happen now, and it will make great for boxing. Because I know it's a guy right here, Scooter Davis, up-and-coming professional fighter. He gonna fight anybody that's coming in front of him. I already know that.
Hey man, from a boxing standpoint, I'm gonna tell you, this is what it is. This is what most people ain't gonna say. We are as boxers, it's like, especially black fighters, I'm gonna say, we don't want to lose that O, because once we lose that O, it's pretty much they throw us away. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, so that's why you seen that people are taking the Floyd Mayweather route to, they trying to keep that O as long as they can, because that phone's still ringing when they got the O. As soon as they take that one loss, now they're not cards they're not being able to put on cards, or people are not calling to do this, to do that. So if this fight shows that, you can lose a fight and you still be able to get on a big fight here, still doing that, then of course we're gonna want to fight the best. That's what we got into the sport to be. I want to be the best. I want to fight the best. My mentality is put me in the ring with who's the best, so I can test my skills, so I can show y'all that I'm the best. But if it's repercussions, if I get in there and they tell me, if you go in there with the best and you don't perform, you're not gonna ever get back on this stage. It's like it makes some fighters hesitant. I'm gonna tell you. But some fighters be like, forget it. They just gonna put it all in line, and they gonna work, and they prevail for some of them. Some of them it don't. So it makes us, we 50-50 with it. But now it's starting to get to the point where it's like, man, the money's different. That's what's about to make fighters about to start taking that step. When you see a Shakur versus Devin headline, and they say, you will make $1 million for this, but now you're gonna make $8 million if you fight Shakur. It'd be like, I'm gonna go ahead and just fight Shakur. Forget it. They're not scared of each other. Like most of these fighters, that's what people don't understand. Most of these fighters done fought each other in the amateurs. They done sparred multiple rounds. They know each other. It's just different when you put them 8-ounce gloves on.
Yeah.
But I mean, they know they're not scared. I don't think no boxers.
You see how Scooter keeps saying them 8-ounce gloves?
Hey, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a whole different. Like everything, it do not feel good. Like eating that leather is not good. It don't matter where they hit you. They can hit you in the glove. It still hurts. Like so that's a total different thing. That's like I think Adrian said something about when Devin and Tank sparred. He said if they would have had 8-ounce gloves, it would have been good night for Devin. But I can understand what he means. Because it's like sometimes you can get hit with a shot with a head gear or some 16s. It's like, good shot. But them you all the way disc bob later. You ain't gonna recover.
You be sleep.
Yeah, you sleep. You drooling now.
Yeah.
So, I definitely see. I can see why certain fighters, but I mean, I think this is about to change the tide, though. I think it's about to turn the other way now. And if you think about it, the young fighters now in my era are calling out these fighters. They want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to
Because
say that.
they feel like they're trying to get on. That's the only way you get on now.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, you
Yeah.
gotta fight somebody to get on. If you wasn't an Olympic gold medalist, or if
Mm-hmm.
you didn't get signed to a big promotion company right out the gate, you gotta do something. You either gotta generate knockouts or you gotta fight to beat somebody
So
to
true.
get on. So the young fighters, like, man, that's why you see a Floyd Schofield calling out all these fighters, because he
Mm-hmm.
trying to get on. He like, man, let
Yeah.
me get to the back. And you gotta salute a fighter like that, because he not scared or nothing. You know what I mean? It's some fighters, it's some veterans in the game that won't do that. So you gotta salute a young fighter like that that's ready to take on that risk and daring to be great. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's
Totally
gonna
agree.
do that for sure.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been a great show. And I would like to personally thank all of you all for coming on tonight. Coach Malachi, Scooter, Bink. I truly appreciate you all coming on. Do you have any last words, Bink? Give us your social media handles. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you to you, Lou. Thank you, Kiki, for extending the invite to come on the show. This is great. We got to do this again for sure.
Yes,
But
sir.
you guys can check me out. My Instagram, Bink Boxing. You can check me out on my other platform with my co-host, Junior, the Golden Boy at @SlipEncounter_com. And you can check out my website, www.binkofficial. And that's where you guys will find me at. But thank you guys, and stay tuned for this fight this weekend. It's gonna be electric.
And you said slip_encounter.
Yeah, slip the letter N counter _com COM.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
Kiki hooking you up. Well, Kiki be on it. Call her trigger finger, boy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did I do that right?
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
Go follow that guy, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys for everything.
Yeah, and they have a good podcast, him and Junior. So make
That's
sure
right.
y'all check it out.
Yeah, for
They have
sure.
a very good podcast. Check it out.
For
Scooter,
sure.
you got any last words and social media? Somebody actually in the chat had asked when you was fighting again. So if you want to tell them about what you're doing now and stuff like that.
First of all, thank y'all for having me on the show. Extending the invite. Thank y'all. Y'all know I love y'all and always would do anything y'all need me to do. Again, support me in this Team Combat League. We fight next Thursday. Well, next Thursday that's coming up. DC Destroyers, we doing our thing. And the Shock is coming to town this summer, man. It's coming,
right.
it's coming to town this summer, man. So stay tuned about July. July it's Shock season. So we just wait on that, man. Just wait on that. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, at I am Scooter Davis. And like I said, the Shock is coming to town. It's Shock season. Make sure you go get your Shock season merch.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm Scooter Davis. Check him out. Follow him. And then you got Bink Boxing and SlipEncounter _com. Oh, it's _com, right? Or
_com. Yeah,
okay, I got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, Lou. I could turn the show over to you. You could close us out. But let me just say this. We also want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And then also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on Facebook and Instagram at Live with Liteskin Lou. And then we have Twitter at Live with LSL. And we do have what's the other one? TikTok. Yeah. Live with
We in the game.
We don't post as much. We're more so on Instagram and Facebook. But but make sure you follow us. So Lou, you want to close us out or have your last word?
Yes, I do. I want to personally, I know you thank them, but I don't feel right without personally thanking these two young guys, man.
Yep.
Scooter Davis, I've been following this young guy since he was a kid. Now he's a major player in the boxing pro game. Bink. Ever since I met this guy, nothing but respect, nothing but class, man. Follow these guys. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, man, but y'all here with the lovely Kiki and Liteskin Lou, man. So we truly appreciate you guys. I don't think this is gonna be the last time that we tally up, because guess what? We got so many big fights coming up,
Yeah.
and I don't think this is gonna be the last time. The next time we have a fight, you guys probably gonna be on there because Kiki, when she lay her gauntlet, boom, I want them on here. Boom, that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
So, man, thank you guys again. I always have a saying before I leave. Let me make sure I got my closing out song going. Stay humble, stay hungry, and always live your life to the fullest. Thank everybody who came into this chat. I don't care if you came in here for 3 seconds. We truly, truly appreciate you. This guy right here down to the bottom left, y'all better follow this guy. He said he ain't taking on no newcomers. When the train leave, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Follow the shark in the water. Bink Boxing. And guess what, y'all? We up out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.